finding the first, second, and third derivative of this function. The function looks easy, but when you reach to the third derivative, there is a lot of work. Let's get started. So first derivative, we have f prime of x, so that is equals to, so the square root is a 1/2 power, so we bring the 1/2 down, and then the radicand raised to negative 1/2 power, and then since we have a function inside the square root, so using chain rule to take the derivative of the radicand. So the derivative of the radicand, 2x to the third minus 1, and then this parenthesis is also 2x to the third minus 1. And then this is using chain rule. All right. Next step, so 1/2, 2x to the third minus 1 to the negative 1/2, the derivative of the radicand, so using power rule, so bring the 3 down, that is 6x squared, right? And then we can simplify the 6 and the 1/2, so f prime of x, that is equals to 3 x squared, and then times 2x to the third minus 1 to a negative 1/2. So that is the first derivative, and then based on the result of the first derivative, we can do the next step, so double prime. So this, what rule is this? This is a product rule, right? So because we have one product, one factor times another factor. All right, so what's product rule? So product rule, that is fg prime plus gf prime. All right, so fg prime, so we copy the first factor and then take the derivative of the second factor. We bring the negative 1/2 down, and then 2x to the third minus 1, negative 1/2 minus 1, that is negative 3/2. And then what else? fg prime, are we done? Is the g prime done? No, it is not done. Do you see that we have a function inside the parenthesis? So that means we have to take the derivative of that function, so which is 2x to the third minus 1. And then this is by what rule? This is by chain rule. And then we have a plus, so we have to do a plus 1 plus gf prime, so we copy g, 2x to the third minus 1, negative 1/2, and then times f prime, so the derivative of 3x squared is equals to 6x. All right, and then the next step is you can clean up a little bit and then take the derivatives. So by chain rule, what do we get? So for chain rule, that gives me a 6x squared, right? So 6x squared, the derivative of 1 is just equals to 0. So using the 6x squared, we can clean up. What can we do? We can multiply the square, right? Okay, so f double prime of x, the negative is not going to go away. So we have a 6 times 3, that is 18. 18 divided by 2, that is equals to 9. So we have a negative 9. And then x squared times x squared, I am talking about this x squared and this x squared and the 1/2. Okay, so that gives me a negative 18 divided by 2 is 9. X squared times x squared is x to the 4th. And then the negative, and then we have 2x to the third minus 1, and then raised to negative 3/2. All right, and then plus, we just copy this, 2x to the third minus 1, and then to negative 1/2. Anything else that we can do? I think that's it. So this is the end of the second derivative. All right, and then when it comes to the next derivative, let's switch to another color. So let's switch to green. So f double prime of x. All right, so for the first one, so right here, so we have a product rule. So this is a product rules. Let me just do this in a different color. So this is a product rule. Which color should I use? This one. So this is a product rule. So product rule. And then this is another product rule. So product rule is fg prime plus gf prime. Okay, let's do it. So that is equals to fg prime. So we copy the 9x to the fourth, and then g prime. So we bring the negative 3 over 2 down, and then whatever that is, negative 3 over 2 minus 1, that is negative 5 over 2. And then by chain rule, we have to multiply the derivative of the parentheses. So 2x to the third minus 1. So this is by chain rule. And then don't forget to fill in the blank. So this is fg prime, and then plus gf prime. Plus gf prime, so g, we copy this, 2x to the third minus 1, negative 3 over 2, so gf prime. We bring the 4 down, so that is multiply negative 36 x to the third power. And then this is for the first piece. And then we do a plus, so this plus goes right here, so this plus goes right over there. And then another product rule, so that is fg prime, so we copy f, so we have a 6x. And then the derivative of that, what is that equal to? The derivative, we bring the negative 1/2 down, and then 2x to the third minus 1, negative 1/2 minus 1, that is negative 3 over 2. And then we multiply the derivative of the inside, so which is 2x to the third minus 1. This is by chain rule. So this is my fg prime, and then my gf prime, so plus gf prime, so we copy this, 2x to the third minus 1 to a negative 1/2. The derivative of 6x is just equals to 6. Okay, do we miss anything? Nope. So how about this? I'm going to take the advantage of technology, so I will just erase this for now, and then put f double triple prime of x. Because the next step we will have to take the derivative, I don't want to copy the whole thing again in case I copy something wrong. So I will just grab the whole piece and then do a copy and paste. All right, so I will just grab the whole piece, do a copy, and then do a paste, and then I will just finish the chain rule. So I will just finish the chain rule over there. So the chain rule, so this one, let's erase this, the derivative. So what we are doing next is we are going to do this chain rule, and then we are going to do this chain rule. All right, so the first piece, the derivative of 2x to the third, so that is equals to 6x squared. So I am going to go ahead and then erase this, and then put a 6x squared in there. So 6x squared. And then what about the other one? So that one is also 6x squared, right? So I'm going to erase this piece too, and then do a 6x squared. Okay, the derivative is finished. So if no simplification is needed, then you can just take this as your final answer. However, let's do some simplification. So f double prime of x. So the first piece, what do we have? We have a 6, we have a 9, we have a 2, right? Okay. So this is a 1, so this becomes a 3. So we have a 9 times 9, right? So 9 times 9, the negative and the negative. So that we have the coefficient, we have a 81. And then 81 what? X to the second times x to the fourth. So 2 plus 4 is equals to 6. And then we have 2x to the third minus 1 raised to negative 5 over 2. So first piece is done. And then the next piece, it looks like the only thing we can do is do something for the negative 36 and the plus. So that becomes a minus 36. All right, I will write minus 36 x to the third, and then a 2x to the third minus 1, and then negative 3 over 2. And then the next piece, which is right over here. So what can we do? We can get rid of the denominator too. Like that. So 2, this is a 3. So we have a 3 times 6 equals to 18. And of course, you do not forget the negative. So we have a negative 18, and then 2x to the third minus 1, and then negative 3 over 2, And then last but not least, we have the 6 and the negative 1/2 power, right? And then 6, 2x to the third minus 1 to the negative 1/2 power. So the third derivative is finished. Oh, this is a 5 divided by 2. If having negative exponent is not allowed, then you have to take care of this. So f triple prime of x, so you have 81x to the 6, and then you bring this down to the denominator, and then 2x to the third minus 1 raised to the fifth, and then minus 36x to the third, bring the whole thing down to the denominator, and then keep the third power in there. 2x to the third minus 1 to the third power, and then minus 18, and then square root 2x to the third minus 1 to the third power. Oh, this one you can just put the 18 on top, right next to the minus 18, right next to the 36x to the third, so you don't need to write another fraction. And then 6 divided by the square root of 2x to the third minus 1. All right, if negative exponent is not allowed, then you have to write like that. Okay, so that is the end of this video. If you think my instruction is helpful and clear, give me a like, share the video for me, click the subscribe button if you are new to the channel. I will see you all in the next one. Signing out.